Hello friends, welcome to GVK Academy channel. As we are discussing APPSC, AE, AEE previous year's question, today we will going to discuss complex stress part 3. So let's begin the video. First question. The radius of Mohr circle represents. So the radius of Mohr circle represents maximum shear stress. Next question. If a body carries two unlike principal stresses, the maximum shear stress is given by. So tau max is equal to maximum shear is equal to sigma 1 minus sigma 2 by 2. Option 3 is the correct answer. Principal plane will be free of. Principal plane will be free of shear stress. There will be no shear stress, only normal stress. So option 2 is the correct answer. Next question. Angle between the principal plane is. So angle between the principal plane is 90 degree, and the angle between the two maximum shear planes will be 90 degree, and also the one principal plane and one maximum shear plane, the angle between them is 45 degree. Next question. Mohr circle can be used to determine. So Mohr circle can be used to determine maximum principal stress and also maximum shear strength we can determine. So option 2 is the correct answer. So next question. A solid circular shaft is subjected to a maximum shear stress of 140 megapascal. The magnitude of the maximum normal stress developed in the shaft is. So circular shaft, 1 minute. Here is a circular shaft and it is subjected to a maximum shear stress every element. So consider one element and I have exaggerated here, and it is subjected to a shearing stress of 140 megapascal. Therefore only shear is acting, that means it is a pure shear condition. We know that for the pure shear condition the maximum normal stress, that means principal stress, are equal to the shear stress. Therefore option A is the correct answer, 140 megapascal. Next question. A body is subjected to an axial tensile stress P, then the normal stress on any oblique plane inclined at an angle theta to the cross section of the body is given by. So what is given? A body is subjected to a axial tensile stress P, then the normal stress on any oblique plane inclined at an angle theta to the cross section of the body. So he is asking sigma theta. Therefore we know that formula, and there is no shear stress, it is 0. And if you solve and apply the trigonometric formula, 1 plus cos theta is equal to 2 cos square theta, then if you solve you will get it as sigma theta is equal to P cos square theta. So option D is the correct answer. Next question. At a point in a strained material, the normal stresses on two mutually perpendicular planes are both tensile and they are equal to 10 turn per centimeter square. The stress on a plane inclined at an angle 30 degree to one of the plane are. So we know that whenever on a body on two sides, if the magnitude is same and the nature of these stresses also same, whether tensile or compressive, that condition is known as hydrostatic condition. Under hydrostatic condition, whether tensile or compressive, all planes are principal planes. Therefore only normal stresses acting on that plane. Therefore sigma theta. So asking, what he asking? The stresses on inclined plane. So stresses on this plane. It is we know that for hydrostatic condition all planes in this body are principal plane. Therefore on that plane only sigma theta available. That sigma theta is equal to 10 turn per centimeter square. So tau theta is equal to 0. So option 3 is the correct answer. If an element in a body is in equilibrium under shearing stress only, such a state of stress is called. So in a body element are in equilibrium under shearing stress only. Therefore only shear stress is acting. Such condition is called pure shear condition. Option B is the correct answer. Next question. An element in a rectangular block subjected to two mutually perpendicular normal stresses 1000 megapascal and 400 megapascal and shear stress 400 megapascal. The maximum normal stress will be. So asking what is given? An element in a rectangular box subjected to this 1000 megapascal, 400 megapascal and shear stress will be 400 megapascal. Asking maximum normal stress. Maximum normal stress means principal stress only. So principal stress formula we know that sigma x plus sigma y by 2 plus under root sigma x minus sigma y by 2 whole square plus tau xy square. So if you substitute, you will get it as sigma 1 is equal to 1200 megapascal. So option A is the correct answer. Next question. In case of a member subjected to like principal stresses P1 and P2, there exist two mutually perpendicular planes along which the greatest shear occur. These planes are at an angle of dash with the principal plane carrying the principal stress P1. In this question, basically what he asking me is the greatest shear occurring plane, the maximum shear plane is what angle with the principal plane. On this principal plane, what is acting? Principal stress P1. So what is the angle between this maximum shear plane and the principal plane on which P1 is acting? We know that this maximum shear plane making angle with principal plane, near principal plane with is 45 degree and the other principal plane will be 135 degree. So from option it is 45 degree and 135 degree. So option C is the correct answer. So next question. The maximum shear due to an axial compressive of 100 megapascal is. So for a element only axial compressive stress of 100 megapascal is acting and asking maximum shear. We know that maximum shear formula is equal to tau max is equal to sigma 1 minus sigma 2 by 2 and acting only compressive. So minus 100 by 2 is a minus 50. So option A is the correct answer and the Mohr circle for this will be like this. And this is a tau max is equal to minus 50. So option A is the correct answer. So next question. If a structural element is subjected to axial load as well as bending moment, then the cross section is subjected to. So if a structural element, assume like cantilever beam, if it is subjected to both moment and axial stress, so what is the result? What we will get? Only normal, only shear, normal and shear. So we will split the forces. So first it is acting moment. So due to moment, the upper fibers which are above neutral axis are under tensile. tensile bending stresses, and the below fibers which are below neutral axis that are under compressive bending stresses. So we are seeing that there is no shear in this. So in this also we are getting only normal stresses. So the resultant of these two also we will get is only normal. There will be no shear. So option A is the correct answer. So next question, the principal strains in a body are plus 800, plus 400 and minus 1200 in micro units. The volumetric strain in micro units is. So option C, 0 is the correct answer. So how means we given that the principal strain in a body in x-axis the strain is equal to plus 800 micron, in y direction 400, in z direction minus 1200. So asking volumetric strain, we know the formula, and if you substitute we will get it as volumetric strain is equal to 0. So option C is the correct answer. Next question, if a prismatic member with area of cross section A is subjected to a tensile load P, then the maximum shear stress and its inclination with the direction of load respectively. So what is asking? Maximum shear stress and its inclination with the direction of load. So given prismatic member and it is subjected to a load, tensile load P, and area given A, and maximum shear stress formula we know that sigma 1 minus sigma 2 by 2. We know that for one dimensional loading the load acting plane is principal plane, therefore it is a principal plane. We know that tau max is equal to sigma by 2. Sigma stress is equal to load by area, so load given P, so P by area. So we have getting tau max is equal to P by 2a. So from option B and C are same. So second part of question asking is its inclination with the direction of load. So we know that tau max, maximum shear stress acting on plane, that plane will be making an angle 45 degree with the vertical plane. So option B is the correct answer. So next question, the obliquity of the resultant stress on a principal plane is 0. So why it is 0? We know the angle of obliquity is equal to tan inverse tau theta by sigma theta. On principal stress on principal plane the shear will be 0, only normal stress will be there, so phi equal to 0. So option C is the correct answer. So next question, the principal stress at a point across two perpendicular plane are 80 and 40. The normal stress on a plane at 70 degree with the major principal stress is. So what is given? 80 and 40 megapascal acting on the two mutually perpendicular plane. Then normal stress on the plane which is 70 degree with the major principal stress. So asking sigma theta, we know the formula, so if you substitute we will get it as 44.7 Newton per mm square. So option A is the correct answer. So thank you friends. If you like this video, please subscribe to the channel, like and share, and join the Telegram group. Link is given in the description.